is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Hek'ma Harrison, and Newy Scruggs.
Hello, everybody. You are in the Players Lounge, brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming. Thank you for stopping on by. We are here at the SWBC Podcast Studios at the Star in Frisco, headquarters of the Dallas Cowboys. It's Barry Church, former Cowboy safety. Got Hek'ma Harrison here in the house, and I am Newy Scruggs. All right, we have the news.
What's popping?
Quarterback Dak Prescott is going to have hamstring surgery. His season is going to be over.
Hate to see it.
So, no Dak. Number 4 is done for the season. This is why you sign those long-term deals, my friends.
100%. Get your money while you can, man. Never pass up a dime either. I don't care what nobody tells you. Yeah, you making all this money off the field. Take a little, no discounts, man. None at all. You got to get all your monies while you can. The NFL stands for not for long. So get your bread, man. And he got $231 guaranteed. I think that's something ridiculous.
Guarantee.
Get it all, Playboy. Get it all.
$1 million more than Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Man, it's like that. Like how the agents. Oh, we need $1 million more, sir.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, these agents are always trying to make sure they look good, because if you don't, that it gets used against you.
Oh, 100%.
So, yeah, I need $1 million more than him. And with all due respect, he's definitely worth $1 million more than Deshaun Watson.
Oh, man, you seen that guy playing, man. Oh, my God. J-Bo Winston coming out there looking better, man. It's crazy out there. It's crazy.
So, all right, thoughts?
No, I mean, it just sucks to see a season end like that. Yeah. It really does. You don't want to see, obviously, with the struggles that he was having, the team was having, offense was having before the connection between him and CeeDee Lamb. You just didn't want to see him go out like that. Obviously, when you talk about from a player, you're talking about from security standpoint. There are guys out here that are on one-year deals that if they get injured, there's a gray area on what they're going to do next, And I still am one of those people when I think about Dak in the season and how it obviously transpired with him signing the deal. I felt like Dak would have been good no matter what, just because of how the quarterback market is right now. Everybody would have been able to look at this team and go, that just the offensive line, that just wouldn't have been it. But you still know what's in the tank for Dak. For me, man, I want to see the next version of Dak. I want to see Dak come back, and this is going to be crazy coming back from a hamstring injury, a lot more mobile. A guy that can extend plays with his legs. He's going to need that. He's going to need to have that. The NFL is going in that direction. You're going to have to be able to move the pocket. Those were some of the things I think as the season went on, you were just like, come on, Dak, you can run for 3. You could do this. Or move the pocket if the offensive line is struggling. We came into the season knowing that he needed to make those short area throws or close proximity throws. Man, throwing guys open, being able to have touch on the ball. I know guys going to the offseason, they go and they work with gurus and training little camps and stuff like that. Get in that camp, man. Start working like that, because as guys age, as you've seen guys age, they bring on other aspects of their game. Certain things have to be there. Touch on the ball, throwing guys open, things like that. Dak just needs to get better at that. I mean, he's been in the league for a very long time, 9 years. There's still room for improvement, right? And there's still things that this offense is going to need from Dak, and as far as that's concerned, it's going to be his legs.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Using the legs, being able to throw into those tight windows, because as we see, this season, receivers weren't able to get as much separation as we've seen in years past. So for me, I just want Dak to get, back to making better decisions with the football. We go back a couple years ago, led the league in interceptions with 15. He corrected all of that last year, came back second in the MVP voting, with the season he had out there, taking care of the football. And you saw what the record was when he was able to do that, another 12-5 season, playoff berth. So I want him to get back to that, taking care of the football, making better decisions out there. But once again, that comes along with having better offensive line, having a more balanced attack with the run game. But for me, this season, man, it's eerily similar to that 2015 year that I was a part of, the year before Dak came here, when we started out 2-0, but we lost Romo in the second game versus Philly, and from there on, it was one of the biggest skids in Dallas Cowboys history. I mean, it was tough. It was tough, man. Going from Castle to Kellen Moore to who else did we? Wheaton was in there. Yeah, Wheaton started
Wheaton before Castle.
Yeah, Wheaton.
They traded for Castle.
Castle came in there. We thought we had a shot, and little did we know we had no shot at all. But it made it extremely tough because we knew we had the squad. We had a squad. We had guys in their prime ready to roll. We just didn't have that guy at the helm to be able to get the job done. But to me, this is where your leaders, you gotta step up, man. You gotta make sure that you keep everybody locked in defensively, offensively, special teams, because it's going to get tough. It's going to get tough, especially with the first place schedule. Your schedule doesn't get easier. So you're going to go into games massive underdogs, and we just need those leaders that when things aren't going right, when you got a couple big plays defensively, offense is struggling out there, I just don't want to see this team fall to shambles. Get the leaders in there, make sure everybody's doing the same thing together. But it's going to be tough, and it reminds me of 2015, man. That was a tough year.
So, gentlemen, I'll push back on what you said just this way. You've talked about the offense, but who knows what offense they'll be running next year and who will be the offensive coordinator and who will be the head coach. I mean, right now, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. So, hey.
But I tell you what, I'm sure the front office has some idea, and they obviously, whoever comes in will have to have an idea about who Dak is. This is the future. This is the guy that was it $231 million? 231 guaranteed. I mean, that's already on the books.
Yeah, he's here.
He's here. No matter what you say, no matter what you do. So you're gonna have a guy that understands how he plays, what he does, what's his strengths, what's his weaknesses. You can't come in here with some exotic offense thinking that that's not gonna work either.
You like to think that.
Oh, absolutely, I would.
But at one point in time, Jerry hired Chan Gailey, who was trying to tell Troy Aikman to run his offense. And then Troy went and saw Jerry. And Chan admitted later on, I probably should have done what Troy asked for. I mean, just so you say that.
But you know what, Newy?
These coaches get
they get in their own way a lot.
No matter what they do, no matter how they handle it, this next phase is going to have to come with the running game. You're going to have to be able to hand that ball off to somebody that you're confident in. Right now, they have zero confidence in their running back room.
Did you hear Jerry today?
Oh, no. Wow, what my man's talking about, man?
Jerry had confidence in Ezekiel Elliott.
You got to be kidding.
Okay.
Wait.
You see?
Like as going forward for the rest of the year, like he's going to be the lead guy.
You're making me go in here and
after getting disciplined and then coming back and fumbling it on the goal line, then about averaging a half a yard. That's what we're doing.
Don't rock the boat. Don't rock the boat, baby.
Don't rock the boat.
Don't rock the boat.
Jerry Jones on 105.3 The Fan said he is still seeing positive things from Ezekiel Elliott. Quote, "We're not living in the past with Zeke," end quote.
Yeah, okay, I get it. We're not living he ain't what he used to be. We don't live there no more. We going forward with what
baddest man on the planet.
But what is this man giving you to? He was 2016. I was there.
At one time,
he's the illest back in the game. But what is he giving your team this year? Like, what is he giving to have faith that he can be some sort of productivity on his offense? Short yardage, he ain't it.
Yeah.
Goal line back, he ain't it. Receiving out of the backfield, that's not doing it. He doesn't play special teams.
That fumble.
You don't want to give guys like Deuce an opportunity to see, man, maybe, if he comes out here and performs, we could use him in the future. Or if he doesn't, we know, hey, all right, well, that was the Deuce package.
My question is, a lot of times, man, these things that you're seeing in practice, you don't come out with anything, a package, or saying this is something that because at this point, there's no harm in getting a look at those young guys. I have no problem with saying, let's see what he has. Let's give him, 5-6 plays that we know that we could capitalize on with him. At this point, look, going back to Sunday. That fumble down on the goal line was critical. It was at a critical point of the game. We talk about the competitive phase of the game. That's when your leaders, your dogs, the guys that you want to get behind, you need them to play as big as possible in those moments. Man, that fumble, man, it basically stamped for me what you've been thinking about this team the entire season. Like, if it's not for the penalties, it's the turnovers. It's you can't get out of your own way. And you get a drive where you finally start to see some life from Cooper Rush. To me, that was the drive. I was like, okay, cool. All right, baby. You know, we're starting to see you complete some passes. The running game is starting to come together. You're starting to string some first downs in there. Finish this drive off. You know how bad this team has been in the red zone. The last thing that you could possibly do, and not saying that Zeke did any of this on purpose, but I'm just saying, like, this is where you got to have it. And so many times you look around the league at guys that are veterans that right now that are having impactful seasons, when you got to have it, time-proof and consistency, you could trust that they will get into the end zone, or at the least they won't cough it up.
And to quote Master Yoda from Star Wars, this is why you fail.
This is why you fail.
Yeah.
Here it goes again.
Yeah.
That's what you're seeing.
Yeah.
Here it goes again. It's where they're at. And with the quarterback being gone for the rest of the season, so take that out. Will Greer is going to be on the practice squad, so there's your third quarterback.
Greer made it back, boy. Greer.
Greer. He's still getting them checks.
My son, you need to be a quarterback,
100%.
Come on.
Play for 15 years.
Man.
Jerry Jones said, don't be surprised if Mike McCarthy employs a package with Trey Lance to give him some opportunities and give opponents something to think about. McCarthy didn't say that yesterday. Jerry also said Cooper Rush gives them the best chance to win as the starter. So, once again, Coach Jones letting you know, working on things.
I do believe that Cooper Rush gives you the best opportunity. Like, you know, as slim as an opportunity as it is, he gives you the best one. The Trey Lance thing, you know what the defense is going to be, all right, he's in there to do a read option. Like, there's no threat of him pushing the football down the field. So, you know, to me, what is that? You're going to get down to the red zone and say, all right, Trey Lance package time, and then that slows the momentum of the offense.
You need to know what you've got.
Man, they know what that man is, man. Y'all all know what that man is.
We know both of them are.
Yeah.
We all know.
We know both of them are, but I mean, 45 yards passing for Cooper Rush. Now, there was a whole section of fans on social media who thought, "Oh, Dak's gonna watch. You just watch. Cooper Rush can do it." I mean, there's a whole lot of people who really had drunk themselves into this lie that they thought, "Man, Cooper can do what Dak does, and Cooper Rush is 5-1." There were people that then they saw. No, man. Yeah. That he's a quarterback. He's not a magician.
People forgot.
Trey Lance, in my opinion, because Mike has said he needs to play football. To me, at this point in time, you got to start asking yourself, who do we need on this team in 2025? And what tape can I get? If Mike McCarthy's not here, what kind of tape can I have of guys so my new coaches can look at?
That's for everybody. Yeah. That's literally for everybody. And you're big on guys' history. And a guy like Cooper Rush has already shown you in clutch times he can come in and get you some victories. Now, riding him for the rest of the season, 7-8 games, may not be advantageous, the best thing to going, but at least you would say he can get us 3 of those. He can get it, whatever, right? But it's your deficiencies. It's the things that you don't have. You don't have a running game. You're going to ask him to back up and throw the ball. Like, whatever the game plan was for Cooper Rush, we scrapping it. We tearing that up. We throwing that out. We coming in with a whole nother thing. On that one throw to Hunter Lipke, I know he was on the run. He threw it, and he dirtied the ball, right in front of Hunter. Like, what I've been used to seeing from Cooper Rush, and I've asked other people, like, wait a minute, I thought Cooper Rush had a little bit more of an arm than that to be able to complete those passes. Yeah. Like, if we went, we already knew you got to go quick game because you know the pressure they go. So let's go quick. On those long passes, I mean, those passes literally had no way that they were going to be completed. So what else can you go to when you're third, when you're fourth, when you're tight end, when nobody has that communication between Cooper Rush, or at least that confidence? The backup quarterback still does work with the third and fourth guys, right? Yeah. Those are his guys.
That's why he was throwing the ball to Brooks all day.
So like, you see that connection between Dak and the guys that he work out with in the backyard. You know, who are his guys? I mean, is that
fair?
True?
No, that's fair,
Hek'ma,
man.
right.
I'm just saying, if we were talking about CD, CD probably did not catch one ball from Cooper Rush because he was trying to be on the same page with Dak.
Yeah.
Who were the guys that was with Coop?
Brooks, about it.
Man, look.
So what I was told yesterday, I was there for the press conferences, and Schottenheimer talked and McCarthy talked, and then you talk to the other people there, the media, just folks who have an understanding, and some of the Cowboys broadcast team. What I kind of took from it is Cooper Rush will be their starting quarterback through Thanksgiving. Got the short turn. We got Monday.
Mm-hmm.
They got short term. All this. Hey, look, it's probably going to be Cooper Rush, and then after that, probably come December, probably going to go to Trey Lance. In terms of you need to put on fit. What can he do? Can he get any better? Put it all out there, and then you've got your story because you're going to know what Cooper Rush is. If you're going into December and if the ship continues to sink where it is, you need to figure it out. Can he get any? Is there any hope? And if it's not, then you move on. But you at least you pay $5 million. You can't pay $5 million at this point in time, have a losing season, and not at least do your diligence to find out what can this kid process and do.
And I get that from a front office standpoint. And us over here talking as a media, we all understand it's all about what can you do for the future and making sure, you got the guys that you need to keep this team going, in 25. Yeah. But from a player standpoint, those guys, like you said, on those 1 years, those guys that are looking to get paid, you want to maximize your opportunity. And are you going to be able to do that with Trey Lance at the quarterback position?
What you doing now?
I mean, that was one game. It was one game versus a top defense. It was one game versus a top defense.
Every home game they played, they been down 20.
I understand. But if you Ferguson, and you like, man, look, I got to start balling.
Yeah, I gotta have it. There's some guys.
We got to do something.
There's some guys in this.
You had games against Baltimore. You could have done something.
That's true. That is true.
He could have done something against the Saints.
But he's looking at Trey Lance like, man, this dude ain't gonna give me no ball. He gonna go through one read and start taking off.
Hey, you're in this position for a reason. You was a part of it.
That's true. I get it. But I'm just from a player's that, but you gonna be like, man, we gonna
look. Let's not fight amongst each other, brothers. All right, because it was 17 to 29 for 45 yards. All right, let's go back to the crime scene. All right, let's go back because everything that you're talking about, the whole offense couldn't have expected that output. Even if Trey Lance had started, you couldn't have expected that output.
That was bad, man.
That was bad.
Let's get a break.
Let's not fight amongst each other.
Man.
Come on now. It's a Tuesday. Let's wait till Wednesday. We can fight on Wednesday. Let's have peace right now.
Micah Parsons addressed his comments on his podcast.
He did.
Jerry Jones addressed his comments. Mike McCarthy spoke to the media about Micah Parsons' comments. We'll discuss the comments next with Barry Church, Hek'ma Harrison. I'm Newy. This is the Players Lounge, brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming on DallasCowboys.com.
Come on, Mike Tyson.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle.
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Are you the 2024 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year? The Dallas Cowboys and Captain Morgan are celebrating extraordinary, inspiring, and original fans. Nominate yourself or the biggest Cowboys fan you know for a chance to be named the 2024 Fan of the Year and win prizes, including a trip to Super Bowl 59. Visit DallasCowboys.com/Fan of the Year. Go Cowboys! Back to the Players Lounge.
Stay connected with the Dallas Cowboys on your connected TV. Catch up on all Dallas Cowboy content like player interviews, weekly TV shows, podcasts, docuseries like Deep Blue, and much more. Download the Cowboys Now app on Amazon Fire, Roku, and Apple TV.
All righty. Appreciate you, Hek'ma Harrison. Yep. And we got Barry Church from the Cowboys safety. I'm Newy Scruggs. The Cowboys are going to take on the Houston Texans Monday night. Chris Beam, producer Chris, is it the Governor's Cup? Is that on the line for this one here? Do we know?
The Governor's Cup?
Yeah, there's some kind of trophy, man. Something like that.
Really?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I don't think we hand out that trophy anymore.
Yeah, but I say I played again. We ain't get no trophy.
We didn't get no trophy.
It was the Governor's Cup back in the day.
That was back. That's probably when the Oilers were there.
No, it was the Texans because it was McNair and all that, man. Okay.
We must have got lost in trends.
I ain't get nothing. I smacked him up a couple times. I ain't get nothing.
I'll have to look that up.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So Micah Parsons, still reeling from Sunday's comments that he basically said, hey, wasn't really worried about head coach Mike McCarthy. He felt bad more so for veterans like Zach Martin. He's like, Zach Martin's done more than Jerry Jones. And so got played up a lot, man. He got beat up pretty good nationally. Yeah. And he went on his podcast and he went and said, I did not mean that at all. It was taken out of context is what he tried to say. Mike McCarthy's opening question, he was asked by David Moore, the Dallas Morning News yesterday, have you seen the comments from Parsons? What happened? And Mike went out of his way, let us know. I went and spoke to him. We spoke as men.
Okay.
And we're fine. So that's what Mike McCarthy had to say. Jerry Jones on his radio show today, Jerry said, quote, do you think I have ever had anything that I probably said it in that way, that 99% of the time people would interpret it, but it was a whoops and I didn't mean it to sound that way. I've had that happen a lot, as you well know. So he's saying, man, he's not worried about it. He spoke to everybody. Everybody's all good, that there's no problem. Shannon Sharp tore up Micah Parsons this morning on ESPN, where he said, hey, you said it. Take accountability for it. You said what you said. You were good until you went into the part about Mike McCarthy and questioned his work ethic, which is when we talked about yesterday. I'm like, hey, that's when you brought the log to the fire.
Yeah, that's
you didn't need to bring the log to the fire. You said everything you did without questioning Mike McCarthy. And Micah Parsons says there's no way I would question Mike McCarthy. You know how I feel about him. Jerry says that Micah and Mike McCarthy are good. So there we go.
Man, he was good. Like you said, he was good all the way up into that last part. When he brought Mike back into the conversation, saying Zach did more than he's ever had. Like, I get it. That's what players want to go out and play for, is each other. The guys that cross those white lines and go to battle and all that good stuff. You want to play for the guys. Like when I was playing, I wanted to play for a D Ware. I wanted to play for guys that hadn't yet got a championship and been doing this work for a long time. So I get it from that point. But once again, it was just, I thought it was unnecessary. To bring my man Big Mike back into the conversation with what he said, talking about he has put in more work and all this other stuff, and it just made it an unnecessary distraction in my opinion, because now Big Mike had to answer all these questions. Parsons answers all these questions. You think the players in the locker room are going to have to answer these questions? Of course they are. When they do locker room, they're going to first question, man, what you think about Micah Parsons' statements? So it's just bringing added distractions to a season that's already not going the way you want it to go. Instead of focusing on playing and focusing on getting ready for the Houston Texans and what challenge they got to bring to the table, we're over here talking about, the statements that Micah Parsons has made. So to me, I just feel like it was an unnecessary distraction. I get it from both sides, but I feel like you said, no, he just brought a log to the fire, threw more gas on the fire by bringing that last statement in. But all the stuff before that, I was cool with, but that last little statement I think was unnecessary.
Heck, let me just read you. This is Jerry's quote exactly. He says, it wasn't meant as a critique of the coach. It was meant as a concern for veteran players like Zach Martin, who might not have that much more left in their career. That's how it was meant. There was no doubt in my mind that it was meant that way. Micah does not feel a lack of appreciation for Mike McCarthy. I visited extensively with everyone involved here.
Yeah, this is going back to what you said, because you're talking about it from a locker room perspective. You're talking about from being in that situation and what it looks like to everybody else on the outside, because you understand guys are having to answer questions that during the work week that you should be talking about the Texans, and we still talking about what our captain, our leader said, about our head coach. About our head coach. And I think lost in in all of this is the fact that Zach Martin is not having his best season. What Mike is trying to say is that we have a destroyer that we wanted to win for. And sometimes when you're making an emotional statement and you don't know how to, I guess, situational awareness, keep your head on the fact that if you do say something negative to this degree, it's going to be blown up time 10. But what he's trying to say is that I want to run, like you just said, guys like D. Ware. I always hear you talk about Sean Lee, guys that you had respect for, that when you came into the locker room, those were the guys that you wanted to play with, those are your brothers, and you wanted to hoist that trophy with them. That's why you do it. We're in the winning business. People don't do this just for exercise, take showers with the guys. You know what I mean? It's all about going to go win these games. And right now, even when you go back to 2015, Barry, I keep hearing you talk about 2015, but there was a point in 2015 where you realize we just bad.
Yeah.
We just bad.
Yeah. It was Carolina.
And it don't matter if Barry Church had 2 interceptions.
But Romo got knocked out again.
Yeah, again, that's when I was like, oh, that's a wrap.
But you saw it, the writing is on the wall, and there's nothing we can do. That Philadelphia tape was bad tape. Guys put out bad tape for the next coach. It's a lot of bad tape out there, right? And Micah, a guy who is very emotional after losses and performances where he doesn't play well, he doesn't talk, he walks out of it, whatever it is, he finally comes back and talks after being out for being hurt, and he opens his mouth, and everybody, now we're into the interpretation stage of what was Micah actually trying to say. And all he's trying to say is, man, we got a guy here that this may be it, and we may not be able to win it for him. I feel bad about that. I feel I'm with you. Everything after that, you added to this situation. And I don't know if it's just, can he come out and say, look, I made a mistake, slip of the tongue, that wasn't what I was trying to say, let everybody move on. But as we know, as this Cowboy media cycle is going to go, they're going to continue to keep driving this point home to make it seem like these players in the locker room don't respect Mike.
And Micah's exact words, quote, I never once threw or even intended to throw Mike McCarthy under the bus, period. So that's what he said. Words matter, and he's got to be ready and understanding that when you have a national podcast like he does, and you're an upper echelon player in this league, and people are coming to you, got to be ready for it. As much as we tease Russell Wilson, Russ on point about these things, about what he says. Troy Aikman was on point about it. Dak is on point about it. And Micah needs to get there. Clarence Hill had a quote where he says, look, sometimes Micah tries to act like he's the smartest guy in the room, and sometimes you can misconstrue that thing. That's something he's got to work on. Yeah. And you want to be a podcaster, you want to do this, you're going to have to work on your messaging and what you're trying to say. Now, here's something that we ain't talked about enough. Zach Martin ain't going to be here next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, more likely. Yeah.
And that,
I mean, no, he's saying it. If you played in the room, when a guy says this, they already know.
They checked out.
Jason Kelce last year, toward the end, people, hey, this might be it. This might be it. He's, I don't know. It was it. Yeah. They knew. Yeah. So what we saw with Kelce last year and everything that was there, we've been hearing that about Zach since training camp. This is going to be it for Zach Martin, and I can't believe he wants to. I don't know where his mind is. I haven't talked to him, but I can't believe you want to allow your play to go down another level. Yeah. And then what it takes for your body to come back. That's the thing I've talked to about guys who are linemen who played as long as that. You're afterwards, man, your body's just worn down. You only got so many hits in you, man.
And the boys hit every single snap.
Every snap, man. And then it becomes harder on Mondays. Russell Maryland had a hard time getting out of bed on Mondays, man, after games, because it was just that. So at this point in time, when I'm listening to this from Mike and I'm listening to Jerry, Zach Martin is done. So next year, Tank Lawrence isn't going to be here. His contract's up. Zach Martin's going to be gone.
Yeah.
Terrence Steele Terrence Steele's going to be an interesting question they have to look at after the season. There's going to be some players that they're going to have to replace.
And y'all got to forgive me on this, man. I just have just watching number 70 this season it's one of those feelings when you see it's Michael Jordan at the Wizards. When you started to see somebody that played so great, that has the career last year, Zach Martin.
Last year, yeah.
Just last year, and years before that, the standard that he set for the offensive line. Man, what makes me sick, and I just feel this way about certain players. If you didn't play the game, play the game at a high level, shut your mouth about Zach Martin. Because Zach Martin been that. Yeah, you shouldn't be able to be some local joker, some guy on a radio station. I don't care who you are. You shouldn't be able to open your mouth, shut up, when you're talking about Zach Martin. Because he been that. Yeah. And bad play, you can put it out, whatever your opinion is. Zach Martin, you take him, he's different. It's exception to the rule, that's number 70, because he's been consistent. Time, proof, and consistency, Zach Martin is giving you all of that with no exception, on and off the field. So, Barry Church, you got something to say about him? Other cats around that's proven it, done it, fire away, right? But no.
I'll push back on you for
Go ahead.
At what point in time are you just not telling the truth? And when should the truth be told? That the player who was the Pro Bowl player year in, year out, and the All-Pro is not that guy anymore. So you're saying you're not allowed to say that? Unless you played or you're at this level? I mean, somebody...
I understand.
I was just saying, so you can't say it?
I understand.
Even though we're witnessing on tape.
Yeah, and all I'm saying is the greatest players... I'm talking about the great ones. The ones that are going to go to Ohio. The guys that have proven, have shown. Like you can look at Zach Martin and tell right now he is not 100%, and he is gutting it out. Right? And it take a hell of a man. You just talk about Russell Maryland and the price that he paid each and every morning just to get up and walk down the steps. Like, that's a tremendous price to pay for somebody that don't know that, somebody that don't understand that sacrifice that this man has made. Oh, man, shut up. Find somebody else to talk about.
I think that you can have both of that. I look at Aaron Rodgers right now. Aaron Rodgers doesn't look good at all.
Pedestrian.
Here's a guy. I mean, they probably already got the bus made down in Canton somewhere in the basement. He's that good. He's good to go.
Right.
He's not what he used to be.
Yeah.
And I remember the great Howard Cosell one time. He's like, I'm just telling it like it is. Yeah. And if we're talking about Zach Martin, and Brian Broaddus, our friend Brian Broaddus, okay, works here at DallasCowboys.com, also former scout and works over on 105.3 The Fan of Cowboy broadcast. He's talked about it. Not having a good year. He's not having the year that we expect from him. Mm-hmm. I would be surprised if he makes the Pro Bowl, which would be a shock to all of us. Because if you think Pro Bowl, you just
automatically put him in
you automatically think that.
Yeah. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying. I'm do your job. Do your job. But I'm saying scathing criticism of Zach Martin.
But who's giving him that?
It's out there. I'm just saying it's out there, and that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about a guy doing his job. If you've watched enough football, and if you watch Zach Martin, and you know the kind of player that he is, and you look at him right now, don't try and turn this around in some media spin to say, "Oh, look, he got over on the Cowboys. He's doing like stop it." This guy has sacrificed and given it all. Newy. That's all I'm talking about. I'm talking about that. And you know what? In this world where everybody has an opinion about everything, I think greatness, when it's reserved for the great players, should stay there. When you talk about a guy like Aaron Rodgers, look, when I compare Aaron Rodgers' career to Tom Brady's career, there's a big difference between those two careers.
Now, you're correct, but I also say, from this standpoint, I think we all are at a point in time where we know there are legitimate people that you'll listen to what they have to say about players, and then you just know, hey, there's some folks out here who got their hot takes, and they're just trying to say what they're going to say. And I've long since drawn that line of, I'll listen to this person. I'm not taking that person seriously. Mm-hmm. And so if somebody is talking about Zach Martin, what you're saying, obviously, there's a couple. You have some people in mind that you don't want to say their names. There's some I just don't listen to. It's just, that's why I kind of laugh at people who what the debate shows say. I'm like, So, I mean, the person in Connecticut who's not here.
Yeah.
So I just think with that, but for those of us who are here, and we see Zach, man. To me, it's real simple. He's talked about retiring. They're talking about it. This will probably be it.
Yeah.
Hat tip to him.
Hell of a career.
5 years. There'll be a ceremony in Canton, and his name is going to be there. When you look at the statistics of people at that position, he's right there with the greatest who've ever done it.
Absolutely.
But he's not having a good year to his standard. That happens to a whole lot of folks.
Oh, yeah.
I would say 95% of the cats they go out like
it
that.
happened.
This is what it is, and it's not. No one's. At least I know. I'm not besmirching him, but he's not. He's not their best lineman anymore. And that's the first time we've been able to say that since the dude walked in the building. Pretty much between he and Tyron were right there. Right now, your best lineman is Tyler Smith, and this is a tough game, man. You giving he's done all he can do. And this is the last games we see of Zach Martin. Yeah.
That tipped off to him.
Brother, thank you for being here. Thank you for being the guy they took instead of Johnny Manziel.
100%.
But
100%.
Father Time is undefeated, and all these guys, man. All these guys.
Maybe you need a 15 Emmy minimum.
I hope that Tyron Smith and Zach Martin go out together.
Yeah, man.
Because that would be pretty cool if they could also potentially go to Canton together.
Oh, yeah,
because
they both in there for sure.
They have the resumes to do it. But it's just hard, and it's hard to see in a bad year as well.
Hell yeah.
And what Micah was saying in terms of, hey, man, I hate to see this guy leave here without a ring. But unfortunately, it's been 30 years, and it's a whole line of people right here who've been leaving here without a ring. He's Hek'ma Harrison. It's Barry Church. I'm Newy Scruggs. Let's get our final break right here on the Players Lounge, brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming on DallasCowboys.com.
Hey, Danny McCray here for Smoothie King. You know every great workout deserves a great reward. So treat yourself right with new coconut smoothie bowls. Made with real fruit, crunchy, purely Elizabeth granola, creamy coconut, and topped with the chocolate hazelnut or honey drizzle. With 2 new flavors, it's perfect for you and the workout buddy. So you both can stay on track even after you leave the track. Scoop up new coconut smoothie bowls only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman of Meat Church here. With football season kicking off, I'm already gearing up to bring the smoker back to AT&T Stadium for some epic tailgates. But with that Texas heat, it's crucial to keep my beer hand cramping cold. That's where Yeti's insulated Colster can cooler comes in clutch. This year, you can even get them with the iconic star engraved on the side. Licensed Yeti Cowboys gear is now available at Stadium Pro Shops, concessions, and on Yeti.com. Check it out today. Yeti, official cooler and drinkware of the Dallas Cowboys.
To kick off the 2024 NFL season, Boss teamed up with the Cowboys and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection. The Boss Cowboys collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Arriving just in time for the start of the season, the distinctive attire from the latest Boss Cowboys expansion offers sports aficionados and true bosses the chance to show their team spirit and style. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, HugoBoss.com, and Boss retail stores. # be your own boss.
Raising Cane's presents the other rules of football. Rule 1, any broadcast without the express edition of cook-to-order Cane's chicken fingers is prohibited. Rule 12, no crinkle-cut fries, Texas toast, or craveable Cane sauce constitutes an illegal formation. And Rule 31, anybody who loves to feed their game face is an eligible receiver of Cane's. When it comes to winning game day, Cane's rules. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love. Go Cowboys.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Cowboy Nation, Amanda Foster has been named your 2024 Dallas Cowboy Fan of the Year, presented by Captain Morgan for her dedication to the team and spicing up the game. Vote for Amanda to be named Ultimate NFL Fan of the Year at NFL.com/Fan of the Year.
What'd you get from that? Super Bowl tickets?
Man,
Fan of the Year?
I believe so. A bottle of Captain
You do
Morgan.
get to go to the Super Bowl.
You get to go to the Super Bowl? Okay.
Yes.
Hopefully you ain't sitting in those seats they gave me at the Super Bowl.
You was up top?
bro.
I believe you also get to go to the honors the night before.
That'd be
then they named the NFL Fan of the Year.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's a ticket.
Hold on, Newy. They had you up top with the
that LA Super Bowl.
I think you said the picture.
I showed you.
Didn't it rain?
No, that was the national championship game. He got wet at the national championship
was
game.
on top.
Yes, we was high there too, brother. High there too.
He ain't get
Literally, you could see the rafters. If I had Wemby's height of San Antonio, I could touch the rafters.
Oh,
So
no,
when the halftime show happened, bro, literally, it looked like ants. I couldn't tell. And so I pulled out the iPad. So that's how I was at the Super Bowl and I watched the halftime show on my iPad.
Hold on, is that the one with Dr. Dre and all them was going crazy?
I knew who that was.
Man.
There's some Negroes that jumped on. Is that who's that? I don't know. That doesn't look like Dre. So is Mary? Bro. I know who's who, man. It was high, bro.
They had you up top.
Dude, we were up. I mean, we talked about the nose, but it wasn't even the Sprite Zone. The Sprite Zone is lower than what this was.
Oh, damn. I like that, man.
Dude, it was, hey, man. I mean, it is what it is. It's free ticket, you know. Hey, brother, we ain't giving, you know. Man, it was high.
Newy used to getting the Willy Wonka.
Yeah,
getting the Willy Wonka this time.
I used to be on the carpet out there.
So I could touch the ceiling.
Oh, you was above the Titantron.
Yes.
Oh,
dude,
no,
the
bro.
banners I was above the banners, bro.
That man was above the whole joint.
See?
Damn, brother.
And that was zoomed in. Okay. Now this is the realistic view.
Oh,
that's not zoomed in, right? That's like that, bro. Exactly. Yeah.
You need these joints right
I'm about to say, you had to zoom in to see the Titantron.
Dude, the Jumbotron was lower than the sea. I was higher above that.
Damn.
Okay?
Damn,
yes, brother. We was yes.
Newy.
Dude, I think I was like maybe seven rows from the top.
From the tip top.
Yes, brother. It was high. Damn. It was high, man.
It was up there. What?
Okay. Look at that. National championship game. Look at that. It was high, bro. It was high. So I'm just saying.
Was up there for sure.
Like I said, I hope fan of the year get better than me.
I think they will.
Go to Super Bowl.
I'm up top. This is where y'all go.
That's it. So I was like, man, let me go to the iPad and look at this.
Mrs.
There's
Foster,
Dre.
they won't do you like that. You'll be right down there with K-Dot.
Yeah, there we go.
Where's
it at this year?
New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
What are you talking about? You're supposed to be having hurricanes this year.
Man,
Barry?
Supposed to have Wayne up in there, but you know, they're supposed to have Wayne up in there, man. Yeah, the hot boys, the hot boys. You gotta have. He gonna feature on somewhere. You gotta have Wayne. If you in New Orleans, you ain't gonna have little Wayne do something.
Man, it's this Kendrick Lamar.
That man put out a track every 10 years, man.
That's Kendrick Lamar. A body of work.
That right there was how I saw it. That's the real picture right there. That right there. There's the real picture of how I saw it. Bro.
Wait a second. Let me rub what you just said back. You say body of work?
Yeah, I'm just talking about albums that Kendrick Lamar has. That
over Wayne.
Let's just talk about mainstream appeal. I'm not talking about the Gangsta Grill albums. I'm talking about the ones that come on now. You know what plays into this. I'm not gonna go. Let's not do this because I'm not talking about an underground artist here.
I think Hek'ma's correct.
It's time to go.
What are you?
I think Hek'ma's correct.
The man put out a track once every 10 years.
I'm not. Look,
he's hot right now because of the whole Drake beef. He's hot.
Can we admit I am? First of all, I'm a Lil Wayne fan. I'm talking about to the mainstream, to everybody.
I get what you're saying.
Wayne did not become mainstream until Drake and Nicki Minaj. That's when all of that happened. Kendrick came out. I mean, come on, bro.
I get it. I get what you mean.
Come on
now. New Orleans, though.
Even in New Orleans. Wasn't nobody making no noise when Katy Perry. When did Katy Perry come out with? Come on, man. Yo, come on. With Lady Gaga was. Come on, man. Let's just be real about it.
Black Eyed Peas.
And come on, man.
Man, that's when we didn't have a representative, picking the halftime show.
Jay-Z helping out.
Now we got.
I think they did a magnificent job. He is a great performer. And a guy that I think is going to captivate. It's going to be an amazing show. And he doesn't have to bring Wayne on stage to do that.
Wayne is special guest.
I at least see that.
That's
what I'm saying.
that's
You
what
can
he's
have a
now.
feature in there
Okay,
with
you got
Wayne.
Kendrick Lamar as a headliner. Wayne is special guest.
Okay. As long as they had my man in there,
So they
just
wanna-
get a verse from me.
If they want to run him out there like Madonna ran CeeLo Green out there.
That's wow. That's how y'all.
he can
Wow.
jump in and sing
They
like
gonna
a
give him a
friend,
set?
like CeeLo.
They gonna give him a
You know,
set?
jump in, hey man, he can jump in and sing in the track.
He
That's all
can't get
can
a
do.
set?
No.
You gonna have him over in the corner and
Yeah.
just put the spotlight on him.
Boom,
He gonna
they
say his little
you got
verse.
your Wayne.
Like I said, like CeeLo Green got when he was got to put on the robe with
They
Madonna
gonna
and
have it.
sing like a prayer. So there you go.
They y'all crazy, man.
Sing, they not like us. They not like
Yes.
us. You know. Weezy gonna say they not like us.
So he gonna sing. He
No,
gotta sing the chorus.
no,
We-
no.
yes,
You
yes.
can't do that. You can't do that.
That's what
What?
special guest is.
He gonna have him sing. He not even have his do his own thing. He gonna sing the chorus.
Little spotlight, singing the chorus.
I'm not
He
gonna
can
do
be-
Weezy like that. I'm not. That ain't what I'm saying about. I'm
Weezy
not,
gonna be like
not doing
executive
Weezy like
producer, all in the background, dancing.
Y'all gonna have my man skateboarding out there.
Yes,
man. That's-
there you go. There you go.
And special guest. And special
That's
guest.
wow.
And Lil Wayne.
In his own city.
Thanks, Wayne.
Wow.
You gonna be like
Just saying.
That's how they do the
like
legends,
had,
man.
Like they had the
That's how they do the
like
legends,
they had the
man.
little Kappas come out for Usher. You gonna be in the background. That's what Weezy is now, man. All right, Hek'ma, way to bring the show home, baby. Way to bring the show home.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
man.
what Weezy is now, man. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not this. Look,
man, that's crazy.
Kendrick, that was a great
You
selection.
sound like how they be doing my man Zach Martin. Nah, that's how y'all sounding right
Go ahead,
now,
man.
man.
Get us out of here. Get us
knew
out of here.
Scruggs.
Get us out of
That's
here.
Media
how y'all
Mass-
sound,
Media
man.
Mass is next.
Disrespect is at
here.
all time
On
high,
Dallas
man. That's what
Cowboys.
y'all
Talking about, man. You might have did that man like that.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?